All right, everyone. I got a really good question for you today. This question was sent to me. And the question is, how can you conduct numerology compatibility assessments for like each year, right, with a person? And the person said they could not find this information when they tried to look for it online. And I have an answer as to why it's not available online. The compatibility is based on several numbers. So there's not just one number that's right for you, but there's a couple of numbers that are more important in deciding your compatibility. So if you take your date of birth, like if you're born on January 1st, well, let's make it January 2nd. The month is 1, the day is 2. So there's 3 numbers in compatibility. One is your day of birth, which is that second number. So January 2nd, that would be 2. And if the other person is born January 4th, theirs will be 4. So 2 and 4 would be your numbers of compatibility, right? The day, that's very important. The next one is your life path number, which is extremely important. And I'm not necessarily giving these in order, I'm giving these in reverse order. So the third level of compatibility for me is the day. The second level is your life path, which is contrary to what most people think. And your life path is you add up January 1st, 1901, right? And then that is going to be a 4 life path versus January 2nd, 1901 is a 5. And so the 2 numbers that you would be working with from that standpoint would be 4 and 5. So at one standpoint, you're working with a January 1st, which is 1 and 2 on the day, and a 4 and 5. The number that I find to be the most important in compatibility is your attitude number. And that number is the January, the month, plus the day. So 1 and 1 means one person has a 2, and 1 and 2 means one person has a 3. So that's the level of compatibility. So each month, and after that, you have to calculate what your number is for the month, what the person's number is for the month, and what the person's number is for the year. So once you, and I have videos on those, right? But once you determine what that number is for you going down each month. So for instance, if you were born on January 2nd, and you want to know what year it is for you, you add that January 2nd, which is a 3, to whatever the current year is. In this case, just so happens to be 2025, right? So 5 plus 2 plus 2 is 9. So it's a 9 year, which means your attitude number is going to be the same as what the year is for you. So if you're born January 2nd, it's a 3 year for you. If your partner is born January 1st, it's a 2 year for them. So those individuals have a difference of 1 in their compatibility for the whole year. Now you take the year number 2 that it is for you, and you add that to January. So January is a 3 month for you. You add it to February. February is a 4 month for you. You do that same thing for your partner. And then you evaluate the numbers each month. In this case, with the numbers I gave you, most of the time there's going to be a difference of 1 in the compatibility with them. And that's a problem, because that means there's going to be a individual need. Somebody's going to be more into their situation than another. On the high note, they're going to be good, going in great directions. But there's also a thing such as what energy the number in their life reflects. So if you're in the energy of, say, a 6, and your person is in the energy of a 7, you're in the energy of family and relationships and growing and building together as a family unit. And they're in a relationship of internal their self and exploring who they are. So those two energies don't necessarily go together. They don't work well. They can have arguments because one person thinks they're, too selfish, and they're, you're not aligning with my goals and kind of thing. So you have to look at that aspect as well when you're looking at the compatibility and the numbers. And now, again, remember there's 7 places in your chart where the numbers show up. And if the information I just gave you is not the same for a business partner, because as a business, you might need a different attribute from your partner So you might need a different number than what you need for a life partner. Very good question. So that's that. You guys know if you want a true numerology relationship compatibility, you can get that from me. Website, fighealing.com. Deuces.